G'day everyone and welcome back to Timber Kings. It's Jay. This was supposed to be episode 9, but when I went to check the editing, the final output version of episode 8, it turned out that somehow it got corrupted. I have a nasty feeling that there was a little kitty cat that decided to climb on my keyboard like she sometimes does. And yeah, it messed up the whole thing. So I will go over everything that you missed or we missed in the last episode. As you can see, we are in full-fledged winter now, so that kind of works out. I just hope I don't slide past these cars and prove that I'm a graduate of Kerbo School of Driving. Anyway, I wanted to thank everyone so far. Like I said, it's been a year now since the channel got founded, and I wanted to thank everyone for their contributions, their comments, their thumbs up, their likes, everything they've done so far to help me along with the channel. I would also like to thank the first, here we go, we're going to slide right into, yep. Sorry, Kerbo, it was bound to happen. I'd also like to thank the first couple of people that have actually made a purchase of Derriere Farms merchandise. It definitely helps. Well, will help a little bit. Any profits from merchandise are going back into the channel to help one way or another. And we'll just unload into the water. And right now everything is 10% off for Christmas time, or for the Christmas season. I will be leaving a link in the description as to where you can get Derriere Farms merchandise if you're not already familiar with it. See, I'm struggling a little bit, like I was worried I would with the snow. But I wouldn't say the last episode was action-packed. It was mere... Those crossing gates come down awfully late. The train's already halfway through the intersection. Anyway, the last episode I wouldn't say was action-packed. I did end up selling a container of lumber because we had great demand at the container factory, and then all of a sudden it stopped. So I gave up on my idea of delivering a second container. It just, at that point, it didn't seem worthwhile. And I don't know about gas, but I definitely need to get a repair job going. For those of you that don't follow my other videos, the reason I like to repair often is the longer you let repair costs go, the more the higher they are incrementally. So ideally you should repair on a regular basis, and it will actually save you quite a bit of money. If you haven't seen the video, it's called How to Reduce Maintenance Costs. Definitely worth a watch. Flooring fantasies. I have plenty of floor tiles. The roller coaster won't take anymore. So those are likely to end up going on the money train when the time comes. We did deliver some staircase railings in the last episode. And the roller coaster, well, let's go check on it. We'll hop on over. it was getting set. It was actually getting pretty close to being ready to move to the next stage. Hasn't made much progress to move to the next stage, but we're still pretty well stocked. And as you can see, it's coming along nicely. It's actually starting to take shape like a roller coaster. Two other major events from the last episode. Sheep. We have sheep. Now, why, may you ask, do we have sheep? Well, A, I know we need them at some point, and B, I didn't buy a ton of them for right now because I know they're going to breed. But I also know we need to plan ahead because it's a 2-to-1 ratio to turn wool into fabric, and the fabric production facility is very slow unless you somehow cheat and modify it. I think there is a mod that allows you, probably PC only, that allows you to speed up productions. As far as hay goes, or grass, I ended up buying it from the store. As you can see, I did not mow anything, partly for realism and partly just because I didn't feel mowing hay or mowing grass when the snow has fallen is a realistic thing to do. So it cost a little bit of money. It's definitely cheaper to make hay yourself or make grass, but that will hopefully suffice until the end of winter. And then, I mean, we have the tractor. All we need to do is rent the mower and the equipment to make our own hay, and we should be golden. As usual, as you can see, we have a nice stack of metal. And let's move on over. And 51,000, how much metal is that in the metal factory? Yeah, that's still pretty full. Oh, yeah. Well, I just kind of gave away the other surprise, which was the paper roll factory. We now are the proud owners of the paper mill. And in half a day, I purchased it yesterday afternoon. In half a day, it's produced one roll of paper. Again, if you've watched my video on the paper mill, you'll know how much it produces. When I first purchased it, it was kind of a mystery. Then, again, because it was a pre-recorded episode, I was hoping to publish that pre-recorded episode, but it's gone. So that is all that's pretty much new and exciting between the last episode. So like I said, you did not miss much. Oh, the other thing is, finally, and where is it? Let's jump back to the house. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Those are the trees we planted, or at least some of them, now have actually matured into 6-meter trees. I told you ponderosa pine grows fairly quickly and is worth planting. It grows about 3 to 4 months quicker than the lodgepole pine. Does that mean I'm not going to plant lodgepole pines? No. But it definitely means I'm going to keep up with the ponderosa pine. The reason I'm excited about this is, as you can see, we have stumps. Now I could have used stump grinder to get rid of those and probably not killed off any of the trees that I had planted, But I don't want to buy both a stump grinder and the tree be gone because of, well, if you're following the series, those annoying little, oh, what are they called? Anyway, those little annoying trees that you can't get rid of with anything but the tree be gone. Giants planted them all over the map, and they interfere with the harvesting equipment. Dogwood? No, it's not dogwood. So I'm just, like I said, I'm happy. I can see where we've planted trees, and I can plan from here. From here on in, I also, like I said, came up with a much better plan in the last episode. So I started clearing the forest behind the metal factory. And I'm going to clear a certain area. Rather than moving around all the time, I'm going to clear a certain area, de-stump it, then plant it, move on to the next area. So rather than do what I did before, where I took some trees from up here, and then I took some trees from down here, and had to guess as to where I had planted until they grew, this way I figure I have a much better plan, or a much better idea by doing it in sections, as to what areas are safe to plant, and what areas are safe to harvest, and then de-stump. So my big plan for this episode is I'm trying to find, of course I will find them when I'm harvesting. There's one there. No. Alright, let me go into trees, landscaping, and these downy service berries. The small downy service berry counts as a tree, therefore it has the ability to block equipment from passing through it, even though technically in real life it's such a small tree that a big harvester would just crush it. Unfortunately, those physics are not built into the game. So stump removal and rock removal are part of my plan for right now. So let me put you on pause while I go ahead and I get the equipment ready, and then I will bring you back in. I decided to go with the Bobcat because I like the Bobcat, but this task is not going to be quite as easy as I thought it was, because all the stones are white now. So you thought the rock breaking missions? See, somewhere under there now is a pile of stone. Anyway, you thought the rock breaking missions were hard when it was spring and you knew where the rocks were? Well, it's even worse now that the rocks are white. The other thing I have to do is I am starting to get enough equipment. I can't keep, even though I say technically renting it or whatever from the vehicle dealership, I think it's time that I started to think about somewhere that I can use as a home base and actually put up a shed. And I'm going to let you leave a comment in the comment section. Like usual, please leave a comment. And if you like this video, leave a thumbs up. But leave a comment as to where you think our home base should be. Should it be up top? Even though there's not a lot of room up there, now I've reforested. Should I keep using the dealership for right now? or should I set up a shed? See, I know there are rocks around here because I remember seeing plenty of them before the snow fell. I don't think they do too much. Well, the harvest is able to get over them. That means the tree planter will be able to get over them. I don't think it's essential. There's one, we found that by driving over it. I don't know if anybody else saw it. I didn't. I told you they're scattered all over the place. It's just they are a little tricky to find right now. There, oh, drove up. And then in the spring, we will come back with the skid steer and we will find where all the buried stones are. Yeah, stones, you definitely do not make a fortune off of stones. But having little piles of stones all over the place is going to bug me. Come on, brake. There we go. Well, it's not going to bug me right now, but my OCD will definitely kick in when the snow is melted and I can actually see them. I kind of want... maybe I should just wait. I keep checking the vehicle sales too. I think I mentioned that earlier, hoping that something useful will come along. But so far, nothing. Unless you're looking for agricultural equipment. And the annoying part is this map is definitely not an agricultural map. Like I said earlier in an earlier episode, even though Giant says there's plenty of room for agriculture, I don't consider 4 fields plenty of room for agriculture. What's nice also about having the skid steer is I can now load it up and I can use it with a pair of pallet forks, so I don't have to keep using super strength when I'm picking up goods from the local stores, like flooring tiles, staircase railings, bowls, and stuff like that. So we're going to leave that here for now. Actually, I think I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to leave that here for now. We have plenty of lumber. And we're actually going to have... I am going to rent, as soon as the snow melts, the tree planter. And I'm going to come back through this area and I will plant extra trees to fill in the area, and then that way we should, by the time I'm done down by the iron furnace or the metal furnace, we should have plenty of trees that are in a decent growth stage. That, yes, while we can and will buy a new area, we can take our time and we can let this area mature, and it's going to have 2 or 3 different growth stages of trees. And we can then get into that cycle, like I said before, of continuous reforestation, which will be very nice. Our brains are turning here. I think I'm going to make another major purchase. And like I said, nothing good is on sale, unfortunately. But you watch, as soon as I make this purchase, we only have one truck right now. As soon as I make this purchase, we will, 500 horsepower, that one goes up to, it's 137,000. We have 503,000. What I'm more concerned about, much like the Mac that we have goes up to 650, I'm more concerned about the horsepower because of needing to pull up some of these steep hills. Safety frame, no. Mud flaps, will leave them as Volvo. Mirrors, I'm kind of partial to that. And it has a power shift transmission, which is nice. I got to change the license plate, so 302 RKM sounds good. Front and back, okay. Let's go ahead and we'll take the plunge. Bye-bye, $200,000. Oh, still leaves us with 300,000 though, so I'm not too concerned. And yes, this, you probably saw that I found this lovely mod. It's Komatsu Dumper, and keeping in vein with the dumper that came with the base game, I do plan on buying that at some point to haul iron ore from the iron mine to the iron or metal furnace. Let's take a look. I want to know, does it have any attachments? I don't think it does. I think it can only take, yep. So it's only the man and the other, quote, agricultural trucks that you can attach regular trailers to. But this is, should I take that trailer back and have it repainted black now that we have the money? Or does red and black make a nice combination? I'm not sure. Regardless, I'm going to put you guys on pause. I'm going to go load up the lumberyard, and then I will see you this afternoon. Okay, I said I would see you this afternoon. I just had to show this off. I really do like the way this handles. It accelerates nicely. Not being, well, being a power shift and not a manual transmission, you don't get that jerky, slow takeoff response time that you do with the Mack trucks. I think this, outside of 82 Studios trucks, I think this just became one of my favorites. And the only reason I like 82 Studios, well, I mean, he does a beautiful design job on his trucks, but the other reason I like him is you can get them over 1,000 horsepower. So I think with those you would be able to haul the biggest loads in and out of Silver Run Forest. Alright, I'm going to load up a couple of items here. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so that's our delivery truck fully loaded. The sawmill's looking good. I made my rounds, dropped off a couple of planks, and kept everything that's not needed till the next stage. Although it says, the roller coaster says it has plenty in storage. So all this is going, guess where? On the money train. And the reason I like to show you the money train is, well, A, I don't know how much a load like this is going to make, and B, well, I want to make sure that when you're watching the episodes and you go from, let's say, this episode to the next one, and you see a massive jump in income, you don't think I cheated it in. I am not, like I said, I am not using the government subsidy or anything else like that. I am purely using what the game provides. And I hope we can make it up here, because oh no, oh, we're gonna do it. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Okay, no problem. So the train just went, Murphy's Law, the train just went by, and it's going to be a little bit before it comes back. So I am going to load it up whenever it gets here again, and then we will go from there. And I am definitely loving this truck. It accelerates so smoothly. It is worth its weight in gold. And I like the extra horsepower it has. So that's a big plus. Let's shut her down and we'll wait for the train. Okay, so it almost happened again. Slightly different this time because I'm not rendering anything. I'm still recording. But I had a little kitty cat. And she's still really young. She's 6 months old. Crawl up into my lap. And then all of a sudden she decided she was going to try and climb on the keyboard. Fortunately, crisis averted. Okay, so since the train is rather full, I decided that the extra wood and stuff could go to the boatyard. The sad thing is I'm also slightly allergic to the little kitty cat. Much as she loves me and as much as she loves cuddles, I've never seen a kitten that loves cuddles like she does. So that's rather unfortunate. Anyway, I decided the boatyard needed a little bit of love. I might as well put some stuff into it. Since the train is rather full. And let's see how much the train brings in today. I was gonna say something. Yeah. So I was loading up the flatbed, and I have the pallet, the auto load mod installed, which will auto load a trailer for you, or certain trailers. And I was driving the Manitou onto the back of the flatbed, and all of a sudden, weird things started to happen. And I guess the trailers, even though I guess you don't have to enable it with the mod anymore. Actually, press enable auto load, it starts doing it automatically, and weird things started to happen. So I had to exit out and disable the mod. I don't know if anyone else has found that, but I did not like the way it was stacking. Again, 200,000. Okay, so we're back up to 570. We're almost at the point we were at before I went on my massive spending spree. At this rate, we should be able to afford, well, leave a comment and let me know what you think we should invest in. Like I said, we should be able to afford some decent equipment fairly soon at this rate. And the roller coaster is definitely coming along. Like I said, I just want to check and see. It has floor tiles in stock, as you saw. It won't take any more, but it was just waiting on the floor tiles to be processed before moving on to the next stage, and I think it actually has moved on to the next stage. But let's check that before I end the episode. And yeah, see, it's 3 floor tiles, yet it's got 998 in stock. It's almost as though it's stuck on floor tiles. It just doesn't want to move ahead. Oh well. Is it gonna? Yeah, I guess it's not gonna move. I want to see if we have our second roll of paper yet. And we're probably gonna have to next episode do a delivery. Not quite. Well, we're still not 24 hours in yet, but we're getting close. I'm going to move this anyway, just out of the way. And on that note, I think I will talk to everyone next episode. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves. And we'll talk to you later.